Hello, my friends. Welcome to, look at this, Conversation Interview 251. Yes, we are still in search of awesome sauce. Yes, I'm always out in the Summit community looking for the next Jedi to push the envelope and show us how to make big boom boom. And tonight is no different. Jen Foster, let me introduce you to level 5 Jedi in working with associates. She is a part of the Sheer Excellence Salon team, Rantoul, Illinois. Salon owner is Bridget Rogers, and Bridget and Jen are they're very close. I'll let Jen tell the story about that. But actually, Bridget reached out to me and told me Jen's story, and I said, absolutely, let's bring her on. And Summit coach is Amy Banks, so there's a lot of stuff that are really cool going on there. Interesting story when Jen would probably say that, they got turned on to the Summit, 18, 19. Took Jen a little while to really see the light, but once she did, double her income, and now she's trending to double it again in 2021. So she is on fire. Level 5, 26 years old. I want you to really focus in on average tickets 120, haircut price is 36. When you do the math on that's an average ticket that's almost 4 times her haircut price, which tells me that she's coloring anything that moves. I mean, she really has her clients involved in her service menu, doing about, you do the math, probably trending 120 referrals this year, which tells me that she's really doing some interesting stuff online. Rebooks at 85%. Working at 27 hours a week, so she's doing it big time. Now she's going to be telling you her story, so I don't want to take anything away from that. But in a nutshell, she graduates from high school in 13, 16 attends and graduates from college school. So did a little bit of college in between. Jumps on Sheer Excellence. Not yet Summit. They roll to Summit shortly thereafter, and then Jen kind of, I think she was saying, drinks the Kool-Aid or something to that effect, and really caught on, and she's been on fire ever since. Like I said, she's trying to do 75, 80,000 in 2021. So stay tuned. More will be revealed. Follow her on Instagram. She's got a real cool page, Jen Foster _ SE Stylist, and I just like some of the work how she's using her grids to brand and market herself. So she's in my green room now. I'm going to bring her out, get her talking a little bit about the story, and then engage her in a conversation to really talk about what she's doing with her associate and things to blow it up. So I'm going to go back, get her now, and see if she's in my room. There she is. I'm going to unmute her, and you guys are going to make her feel welcome, Leah. How are you?
Hey, everybody. I'm good. How are you?
Very well. I've been really looking forward to our conversation. Thanks for coming on, and I know you got a lot of stuff cooking in your life.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. You're very welcome. Well, we always like to start with the story because the story helps us to get to know you first and foremost as a person, kind of how far you've come, where you're at, where you're going, gives us all a sense of vision, purpose, and inspiration. So get us started. Who are you, and how did you decide to on-ramp the salon business and brings you to where you're at currently at Sheer Excellence?
Right. So I'm 26 years old. I'm a wife and a mom of 2 toddlers, 1-year-old and almost 3 years old. And we started out as not a Summit salon. I don't know what we were doing. We didn't really know what we were doing until we found Summit, and we were like, this is what we should be doing. Well, that's at least what Bridget thought. I wasn't on board. I was very much like me, poverty mentality. I wanted all of the guests, nobody else. I really didn't have any goal setting. I was just working to work. And after my second maternity leave, so with my son, I came back in November of 2019. And that's when I really feel like I started Summit. We started in June of 2018. So that gives me a whole year and a half of just going through the motions. I was mad all the time. I felt stuck. So at that point, I just realized like, I've got to work or I've got to do something else. Like Bridget's made up her mind. This is what we're doing. So I got to roll with the punches. And I finally started putting in the work. And well, I was like leaving early and killing my career and doing all these things that stylists don't do.
Well, but it not uncommon at all. So it's like before you get the big wake up call, the OMG that changes the trajectory. I'm going to call it kind of an ordinary kind of attitude. It's not good. It's not bad. It is what it is. You just kind of, and then all of a sudden she comes back from Summit and says, hey, this is the new way. And that it takes you, like you said, what did you say? 12, 18 months ago. What?
Yep.
And then now what really, where was the point where you got the big bang where you said, I either got to get busy living or get busy dying, and something clicks? What was that? When did we know that when it happened, 12, 18 months in, but was there any, like, once you saw it, how did it look different once you kind of woke up to it that you didn't see before you saw it?
Yeah. So I think that what really kind of made me open my eyes was, first, I was now a mom of 2 babies. Babies are expensive. So then I was like, yeah, got to do something different. And second, there was a salon class. I think it was a Summit class that I felt like since I had seniority, I should have been invited to, and I wasn't. And I was like, ouch, like, okay, I guess if I'm not going to work, then I'm not going to, get these extra things. And I want the extra things. I want to have an associate one day. I want all the education, give me all the education. And I wasn't allowed, like, it wasn't offered to me because I wasn't putting in the work. So that, not being invited to that Summit class, that was like my wake up call. Like, okay, I got to do it.
So it was almost like if you're to the degree that you're in the game, come hang out. To the degree that you're not, we don't want to impose. And all of a sudden there was something about that. But it sounds like there was another big catalyst, and that is you began to create a life. All of a sudden we got 2 children, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, okay. I mean, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, so I know that when family starts to happen, something pivots. And it sounds like that was one of the things that would kind of was a catalyst for you as well.
Absolutely. And starting out as a stylist, you're working all nights, all weekends, and I didn't want to have to do that. And now I don't. Now I can spend time with my family on the weekends because I have given myself permission to have that freedom, because Summit has set me up with success.
Yeah, I when you and I were chatting earlier, it's almost like you used 2 words. I kind of pivoted from poverty mentality to wealth mentality, and all of a sudden now this is not a hobby or a job. This is like, it's a livelihood, it's a career, and if I put my soul, my heart into it, I can be prospered. My new family can be prospered, and you can, as you know. You can tell that to people all day long, but until it kind of happens, they have all they can do to kind of see your lips move. Never mind, take what you're telling them to heart. So those are big moments.
Absolutely.
So how has this changed your life? How is your day different, your life different now? Because that happened, a year ago or so?
Yeah.
Like if your book today and your process today, how has that evolved?
My book today is crazy. Now I book guests every 45 minutes. So with working with an associate, we've always got hands on a different guest. We get them in and out while still giving them a great experience. And I only work 2 evening shifts and 2 daytime shifts. And soon that's going to transition into just 1 evening shift. So that's pretty cool because not a lot of stylists get that opportunity to kind of create their own schedule. And now my retail back before we were Summit, I think that like I was stoked if I sold $20 in home care products in 2 weeks, you know, and now I'm selling products to people because I know that they need them. And I have the education and the tools to recommend products to my guests with integrity. And we got a lot of good things going on, man. Like
Yeah,
it's
well,
good.
yeah. I mean, I'm listening to you. I'm looking at you, and it's like I think we should write a biography and call you like the New Testament. Right? It's like here was I like. I got struck by a bolt of lightning, and now I'm preaching the gospel, healing the sick, casting out demons, and raising the dead, for crying out loud. So it's a great, inspiring story. We've got quite a few people on tonight. They're kind of giving it up for you, and Tori Olson must be your SSC because he's saying, "I'm so stinking proud of you." And
thanks, Tori.
So let's pivot a little bit, because you said now you're working with an associate and you're doing some interesting things there. What's your secret sauce? So like what's the nitroglycerin that you because at some point you change your process and all of a sudden, like, you doubled your income last year. It looks like you're going to double it again this year. What are your secrets? What are your keys that are making a difference?
Yeah. So I would say that my secret sauce is rebooks and referrals, 100%. A referral is a stylist's best compliment. So when a guest comes in, we make sure that they feel that they are the most important person in that room, in that chair, from the time they sit down to the time they leave. My associates know that it is about them. We make great conversation. And, I kind of make mental note, really. I don't know. A lot of my guests they're always like, wow, you have a really great memory. And I don't think that that's it, because I'll bring up things from conversations past. I just think that it's because I have a real relationship with my guests. And I think that that's super important in their experience. Now with an associate at Sheer Excellence, we kind of call it the Beyonce treatment, because 2 hair dryers on 1 head. Hello, Beyonce. So
right.
That has really made a big difference in their experience. We have a lot of guests that love that, love, feeling like they're a star.
As you were kind of bringing me up to date with one of the things that struck me is that it's the combination between you and your associate are creating a guest experience that's exponentially deeper, greater, richer, more memorable, more surprising, more gratifying than if you were serving the guest one-on-one or your associate. And that's become, I call it the highly unique, sustainable, value-added point of difference. How did that happen? Did you just kind of organically evolve into the relationship where you kind of learned how to make your associate a part of the 45 minutes, the 1 hour experience?
Yeah, I think that it did come organically to me, because I didn't actually get the chance to go through the associate program. So when I earned an associate, I didn't exactly know what I was doing. But also I watched Bridget with her associates, and I picked up a lot of great things from her with her associates and at our one-on-one meetings. She's a great leader. So yeah, I think that's really helped me.
I'm actually looking, I think it's a review that somebody did where it said Jen and Jenna were great. Is that and is Jenna your associate?
Jenna was my my first associate. She's now level 1, and she has blown it up too. She's next, MC.
Yeah, well,
she's next.
Your guest is saying Jen and Jenna were great. I was Bianca for the night. They really know how to make a woman feel special and appreciated. I will be back, and I will refer my family and my friends. And that, I mean, that was a genuine, boy, that you couldn't get a better review, right? And if her experience is indicative of the experiences that you're giving each guest you serve, it's not a mystery why you're trending to do 120 referrals this year. And now talk about also, you had in another key about something that how you're leveraging the referral card, how you're tagging people, and how is that working?
Yeah, so when I know that a guest loved their experience, I ask them to take a picture of one of my referral cards, post it with a picture of their hair, tag me in it, and let their friends know that if they like this post, they'll get $20 off their first service of $50 or more with me. And then anyone who likes that post, comments on that post, shares that post, I am in their inbox messaging them, introducing myself. And really, I mean, it's a win for everybody. It's a win for my guests, because when they get a referral in my chair, they get $20 off their next experience in the salon. And then that guest that was referred gets $20 off. And then I have 2 happy clients.
Yeah. And there's something else that's going on. I love how you've integrated social media. I mean, one of the summit's mainstay is, you incentivize a guest to send in a referral. So there's an incentive for the person that they're referring. There's an incentive for the guest. That's not front page news. But what I hear you saying is, I've integrated the Instagram or the Facebook into that, where when you said, I want you to say it again, if a guest posts a picture on their platform, on their page, they tag you so that you know what's going on?
Yeah, they usually tag me, or even if I post a picture of their hair and I tag them.
So either way, it's getting on their page. It's getting on their page. It's getting on your page. And so once it's tagged, both you and your guest repost to make sure that your community is seeing it. And then what did you say where you will go and follow other people that are on your guest page and make offer? How did you, you said it really quick, and I want to make sure we get it.
Sorry. So as soon as I see a like or a comment from one of their friends, I'm in their inbox. I'm introducing myself, letting them know who I am, that I'd love to meet them, and asking them if they want to set something up.
Wow. So you will follow up on comments. Did you also say a like as well?
A like.
So you will track who that person is, go to their inbox, DM them. What do you introduce yourself, make an offer to them of 20 off? And that, boy, that's assertive. Most hairdressers would be too intimidating for them. They would, but you do this.
Yes, I do it often.
And so now it's part of your daily rhythm, your daily modum of operandi. And how long have you had this as your referral and follow-up rhythm?
Ooh, I would say probably when I started drinking the Summit Kool-Aid. That's when I did it. Haley Bell, she came on your show and she shared that was her secret. So I started doing it.
Right. So yeah, one of my guests, I call them now, part of the Jedi community, you heard her talking about that. You got inspired, adopted the idea, you saw some juice, and now it's part of your brand.
Yep, absolutely.
And even at level 5, you continue to use that part of your follow-up. Now, do your associates ever help you to kind of keep an eye on who's who in your Instagram crew to kind of, because it sounds like you're building a system now.
Yeah, I would say that they do, and they are on the track also to doing the same thing already, as associates and as level one. And that, you know what, I didn't realize like how creepy it was at first to start like kind of Facebook stalking people in their inbox until they told me that, and I'm like, no, you just have to step outside of your comfort zone. And now they do it, and they've got full books too on their opportunity shift. So it's working out for everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, the to me, the secret sauce, the power, the part of the process is no matter how you feel, how creepy it feels, do it. Just do it,
Right.
and don't live in your head. And just because, and all of a sudden they're going, whoa.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
almost like you're going out fishing for whales.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you have to follow up and do that. And you're saying now that's become part of the brand, and somebody that's off-ramping associate to level one, that's a jump start. That juices the and greases the wheels for them as well.
Absolutely.
Wow. To me, that's big. It's simple. You know, that old saying, the essence of genius is simplicity. That idea is simply genius, but it can be intimidating. If you drop that idea on 10 hairdressers, no, 100 hairdressers, 98 of them are going to go, wow, that's a little bit, that creeps me out, right? And you're saying,
yeah,
you know, and your point, you're like pushing on them, and then they it sounds like they get an experience that surprises themselves and going, I'm going to do this. And now that's the best kept secret.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, listen, the last question I want to ask you is, people are watching tonight, actually quite a few people are watching tonight, and they're looking at you, listening to you, identifying with you, relating to what things you're saying, and they're going, okay, this sounds too simple not to do. It's simple, but it's not easy because it trumps up fear. What might you say to them to say, just like jump in the pool and like, so that they can get to a place that you're at? Because the only difference between you and them is you're in a place that they're not at yet. And they're at the place you were before. You call it drink Kool-Aid. I would call it wake up. You know, the great divine aha.
Yeah. Honestly, like, just do it. If your goals aren't scary, they're not big enough. That's kind of our motto at the salon. Be intentional, plan for success. That's really, it's like you said, it's simple. It is so simple. You have to just do it.
Right. It's almost like you have to defy your fear. It's like I think the word fearless doesn't mean that we don't have any fear in us. Fearless means that that fear has become a less stop in our life. It's like, I don't care. I'm no longer afraid of being afraid. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. And you can tell that to people, Jen, all day long, but until they click, they don't get it. You click, and now you're going, oh yeah, I'm in.
Yep, I am totally in.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know you got a lot going on in your life right now, so I'm going to let you go, but promise me you'll come back for an encore. I'd love to keep an eye on you. I think you're just warming up, and 2021 is going to be, you know, you got a bonfire going now. I think there's a lot of nitroglycerin you're going to keep pouring on your bonfire, and it wouldn't surprise me that you'll crack 80, 75, 80, but you'll be trending to do 100 grand. You know, you'll be having months where it's like, okay, if 2022 is anything like, you know, November or December of this year, I'm going to have I'm going to be a 6-figure hairdresser. So I want to.
I'm there for it. That's the goal.
What's your hubby say when, as he sees the newborn again, and especially as he sees the money?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. because he wasn't like on board with Summit at first either. We just talked about this the other night. Sorry, Kelly, if I am kind of putting you on the spot, but he wasn't on board with it either. And just the other night we were talking about, he was like, wow, man, like, Bridget, she really knew what she was doing. And here we were going to put her in the crazy house. We were all talking about it. Like, this lady is nuts. And he's so proud. He's so happy for me, just to see me happy and excited to go to work and be at work. And he kind of helps me calm down when I'm like nearing a promotion and the numbers are in my head and I'm starting to go crazy. He's great.
Just he puts a little bag over your head and tells you to breathe. Just breathe, honey. And now, did you tip your hand and tell the world the relationship you have between Bridget, your salon owner, and you?
We're sisters. So when all this Summit stuff started, it caused a little bit of family friction in our lives. And I'm glad I stuck it out, and she's my best friend. So I mean, it would have been okay either way, but man, I'm glad that I'm still at Sheer Excellence.
Are your parents aware of this conversation and how this has changed your life? I'd be curious to talk to them. They're probably younger than me. They're probably 50 somethings, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's their take? What's mom and dad's take on all this as they're watching it to unfold?
That was another thing. Bridget said we were all about to put her in the crazy house, my parents included. My dad's a business owner, and it didn't click with him either, the whole Summit stuff. But now, we're getting ready to move into a much bigger location, and things have like, we've grown crazy out of control. And I think that they're kind of seeing like, wow, okay. Bridget didn't know what she was talking about.
He's an entrepreneur. He owns his own biz.
Yeah.
So now his daughter owns her own business. So she's an entrepreneur, and then his the younger daughter is part of the older daughter's ride. It's looking like, so he's got to be giddy. He's got to be hyperventilating.
Oh yeah. He's proud of his girls. Well,
tell him I said hi. And because okay. I can relate, my children are entrepreneurs, and it's always interesting to watch the ride. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me for 30 minutes. It was just a joyful conversation. You served a lot of people tonight, my friend, and please come back.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're gonna give it up for you one more time. Jen Foster, give it up, you guys. See you later.
Thanks,
Jen.
guys. Bye.
Very cool. Wasn't that cool? I mean, I loved, because it's so real. Because I don't know, I was around Summit when it was a glimmer in my eye, in a couple of people's eye. Randy Kunkel's on tonight, glimmer in his eye. And so we've seen, 3,000-4,000 salons go through it. We've seen probably 50,000 hairdressers before and then during and after. And there's a lot like Jen. At first it's like, what is this? I don't want to do this. And so it's kind of a hee-hawing around. And then all of a sudden, the big bang, the big explosion, the OMG, happens. And what is that? The angelic, and, I'm going to do that one more time because that was so cool. Right? They see it. And then when we see it, it changes the trajectory of our life. And what was really cool about it is her, and we talk about it all the time in the social media training classes. Most people don't do it. We say, look, when you document, you have a piece of content, you created some content, you documented it, post it on your page, tag your guest. If the guest posts it on their page, whether it's a selfie, have them tag you, then go to their page, kind of see who's making comments, who's liking, and follow up on every single one in DM. And everyone kind of looks at you like, yeah, right. And she did it. At first she didn't, but she saw somebody come on my show and talk about it. And she said, okay, I'm going to do it. Surprised herself. All of a sudden, wow, I followed up on like one client and got 3 referrals. So all of a sudden now it's like the 11th commandment. And now associates and level 1, she's saying, look, do this and don't worry about how creepy it feels. You don't need to feel like doing this. A lot of people would say, but how long will I have to do it? And the truth is, until you want to, and then you'll never have to again. Well, when will I want to? Well, when you see 10, 15, 20 referrals a month coming in and you're flying through the level chart. So this is a big conversation tonight, you guys. This is I would call it historical, probably one of the best Facebook Lives we've done in a long, long time because it was so basic. Again, the essence of genius is simplicity. What she's doing is simply genius. So let's give it up for Jen Foster one more time. You're watching me is who you're watching. If you Google Michael Cole Summit, it'll take you on where I live on the internet, whether we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And tonight's interview will live on the page that you're watching now. I will edit it down a little bit and put it on the same page. We'll put it on YouTube. We'll put it on Instagram. And then we'll cook it down to like a 5-minute, call it micro learning. That will live on YouTube as well as IGTV. So feel free to hang out with us there. I want to do a shameless plug on something I am just so excited about. We have a new .com called SummitSalon365.com, and I have a place in that called Michael Cole Summit. I'm doing a whole series of what I would call production value video. It's not like the organic stuff you see happening like right now. I mean, it's got just a lot of production value, a lot of post editing, 10-minute, 15-minute sound bites, but it's just profound. And I did something called Top 20 Wellness. So emotional wellness, mental wellness. A lot of people are getting their mental and emotional lives butts kicked from COVID. So if you have any issues around mental, emotional wellness from COVID, either clients are coming in and all they want to do is talk about COVID, and you get kind of stressed out or you got stuff cooking in your life, plug into those conversations. And then I have another block called social media. And so they're done, they're there. There's a nominal subscription for plugging into that stuff. And it's, you got it for a year. So if you're a salon owner, take advantage of that. That's SummitSalon365.com. What else do I want to tell you? If you were getting consulting and you're not now, or you're not getting consulting, for goodness sake, call our 800 number and get a complimentary virtual consultation with one of our coaches. We now have probably 70% of our coaches are doing online through Zoom meetings and stuff. It's gotten really, really simple. It's gotten safe. So you're going to want to take advantage of that, as well as we got tons of online summit training, from social media to associate training. So it really has become streamlined. Take advantage of that as well. So we always end by thanking I am Michael Cole Summit Salon Business Center is powered by L'Oreal Professional, specifically L'Oreal Salon Emotion. And so here are the brands. Support the brands to the degree that you carry the brands, talk to your guest about the brands. That goes a long way. This is almost like public TV. This is all brought to you, not free, compliments of L'Oreal. So thank you, L'Oreal. Commit to their brand. They got some great brands. use the brands, and then that's kind of sort of how it works. So great show tonight. I'm gonna let you get back to your fams. Stay tuned. I will be back. You should be joining me now on Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is the newest drop-in audio social media platform. If you haven't gotten that yet, get it. And I'm on Clubhouse frequently, and I'm going to be launching a brand new, actually 2 or 3 Clubhouse Michael Cole rooms. So stay tuned. More will be revealed. I don't want to let too much of the cat out of the bag yet. So stay well, my friend, and we'll see you in class.